Alright, welcome back. We are back at it again with our union tours, and today we are going to be doing a joint tour. So, one thing I want to explain before we really get started in this is unions began as towns. Um, River Union and Red Eye Union, they both started as towns. One of them lived on to be more like the modern day unions. The other never left the town stage. So we had unions that were considered towns. Then we had unions with more purpose. They were more recognized. They had to have a goal that would help the community. But a lot of them were town-based still, and they didn't always have tags. And then they had tags, and then they've moved away from the town idea. You have to have a unique goal to yourself. Now, back in the day, they also didn't enforce uh being in the same, like, different unions at the same time. For example, there were members in Red Eye Union that were also part of the Ministry of Darkness, which is a union that we will tour later. Um, we believe there may be some overlap with members for River Union. I don't have a confirmed list of River Union members. We may see some names on this tour that may or may not have been members of River Union. But I have no way to confirm a lot of it, just because the older these things are, the harder it is for me to confirm it. Now, Red Eye Union was started in early July of 2019. And the thing was, that was only a month after the service started. This was a really early union, so it has seen every version of union. It did kind of die, but not disband in I think in 2020, because they weren't really around after that. Um, but the tag was never disbanded. So it is very unique in the fact it was the very first union with a tag, and it was the one union they refused to ever officially disband in terms of the tag. Now there weren't members for a very long time. There are modern day members, as you can see from this tab list. We have Ultra and Not Stay that are REU members, but they don't there's not very much in common with the original members and the current members. The original members were Assassin Vinny, Holsey 224, Quick Frost, Sensational Squid, The Husky Gamer, Panatix, Makobus, Knower of Pain, Kamchaka, Naka the Talent, 24 I7 INPH, and Kira R6 were the original members. I believe Mogango was also RU prior, but I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that part. I don't have the wiki page open anymore. And unfortunately, I do have some sort of bug that makes my game crash if I tab out. So I just have the original members screenshotted on my phone. This is their PvP arena. You just go in here, you set your spawn, and then you can go and fight the good fight out here. It was pretty obvious building over here. got some villagers down below, I know. Other farms. This part does not seem quite as finished for various reasons. But there are villagers all the way down there. I'm not gonna walk all the way down there. But down that way there are some villagers. And it looks like this way there is a farm of sorts. Although we really can't get a look at what it is. Let's see, does it say? I mean, it's like, oh, I can look at it, but it's not really producing anything. It might be an ink farm. Pause this. Not really much signage indicating what it is. So you got various farms up this way. None of these are really public anymore, to my knowledge, just because the flags don't work and there's not really anyone to upkeep it. And that's just how it is. They just, over time, unions like this, it's just a historical remnant. And my goal is always to preserve as much history as I can. In this case, I just want people to be able to witness what some of these unions are like before things happen. Because time moves on and sometimes things get built over. But we got like a nice hangar. And there's the electric horse that I kind of skimmed by. We got an unfinished building here. Not really sure what it was supposed to be, but matches the theme. RP was never disbanded, but River Union, we consider it disbanded if there was never a tag created. Because these early unions, if they didn't get that tag creation, that means they did not last to that point. Um, there were some that were what we refer to as proto unions that did later get a tag, but there was only one, maybe two of them that were under that category. Actually, there was for sure two. There might have been three. But we got storage houses over here. Got the red eye banner on all these buildings. What gets a little bit confusing is because River Union and Red Eye Union overlap quite a bit, and we believe that they overlap not in just in builds, but in members as well. Is you have a hard time telling what is whose. Luckily Red Eye seemed pretty good about labeling. They have their banners on everything. I got like a new person, new member storage. Got some paintings in here. Pretty cool to see some of these things that are just altered in time. So we got this, I assume, is the HQ, just because of the way it's set up. We got the red icon there. I think we've got like some bedrooms over here. Yeah. Every union is required to have a big base that counts as their HQ. And we got the tour. I got some very rare uh emerald ores. Oh, we get to see some of their heads. So if you look above, I do have Jade, which tells me some important things like who these people are. So you get to see who like the unions were, or union members were. And there's Vinny. And you can't really sell cores anymore, so seeing that many emerald cores is kind of cool. Number one. I got this thing. What's this? Oh, this is our to-do list. Very important. Look at this little building. I feel like this is a shop. Seems like a shop to me. Or maybe a little storage. So we've got these up here that just kind of make me feel like this a shop of some sort. Some of these things I can only guess. Now, this way, we're bordering on River Union over here. We're on the south side. So we will get to there pretty quick. We got over here what looks like another shop area. And it is long since defunct. Trying to recall again. Got something down here. So this is Vinny's private storage. Mm-hmm. All appears I'm just gonna have to. Oh, a lag there. Okay. We got a little house here. We can't really look inside of it just because flags are weird. Wait. Right here, we have one more red eye able area. This is the stables. But then the lighthouse, I am pretty sure is River Union. And this one is also River Union. Little house. River Union definitely had a simpler area to it just because it was smaller and it had fewer members. But I do think it merged with RU pretty close to its beginning. I know this dog here that I can't quite see. He belonged to typical gecko, which was not listed in the RU members, but I do feel like he had some interaction with them at least. Hello, house here. Over here, over here is the guest house. Or not guest. So this is the best house winner of 2019. Very early beginnings. We got a little graveyard here. And see, this is the banner of River Union. So if you see that banner, you are officially in River Union, not Red Eye. There's not very much here. It seems like it was very much split in half. Up there is some storage. Down here is some farms. Got like a little bedroom up here. This place isn't very well mop proofed, so I'm getting in and out pretty quick. We got this house, which may or may not be part of Rivian. It's connected, but it's not connected the same. So I imagine it was just a player who wanted to feel included. There's PvP arena from above. I'm not sure what this is, but it is pretty. Um, the red eye pathing does go out this way. We've got this circular build up here that kind of makes me think this is part of REU in some way. It's very nice though. So we're just gonna head on over to this last place. So this was River Unions. It kind of gives you a nice viewing. That was built by Mogango, who did have some relations with REU even back then. I got like the zoo down there, but there's not really that many animals left. This is like a little village area. Got a graveyard. I'm not gonna really take you much closer to the graveyard just because some of the signs are iffy on being allowed in this day and age on the server. Got a little house here. But yeah, this is a reunion and REU. So it's River Union died sometime in probably it's late 2019. Red Eye Union is still alive today, but it went largely inactive in late 2020 and was pretty much considered effectively dead by then. Thank you so much for watching.